What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today I'm here with another new comic book day video. We're going to be looking at what's coming out next week, specifically what books are making it to my pool list and what books made the Legion list. Before we do that, be sure to check this out. Big shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles, for sponsoring the monthly Legion Loot giveaway for the channel members. Be sure to check them out at bigtimecollectibles.com. Do not miss out on any of this heat. They are currently dropping left and right. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit Justin Comics up on Instagram. He can take care of you for as little as $10 a book. And if you use that promo code WeAreLegion, you can take advantage of the special offer he's got running right now. All right, so let's get into it. This week is nothing near as huge as last week. Last week was a banger. I had about 20 books on my pool/read list, 20 books on the Legion list. And this week, it's a nice little change of pace. There's plenty of stuff coming out, not too much, and all of it I'm excited for. So let's take a look. First up that made the list is Suicide Squad Get Joker, issue number 3. So this is the finale. This one was delayed for a couple of months. I'm not sure why, but it is from DC Black Label, and it's an awesome story. You got Red Hood leading the Suicide Squad after Joker, who's pretty much taken out Amanda Waller. So this has been a fun one, a long time in the waiting. I'm probably going to go back and refresh on the first 2 issues because I do remember heavily enjoying them. And next up, we have Mighty Morphin, issue number 19. So this is the third installment by the writer Matt Groom, who took over this title from Ryan Parrott, which is really interesting. He's doing a great job. He really, he clearly knows these characters. He's giving them a great individual voice, and I'm enjoying this book a lot more than the Power Ranger line. There are 2, for those that don't know. There's a Mighty Morphin book and a Power Ranger book separate that ties in. So we have the original Mighty Morphin team out looking through the universe for another command center following the destruction of the Eltarian War that just took place. And we're left with Rocky on Earth as well as the new Green Ranger, and Earth's pretty much unguarded and is being invaded. So I'm expecting big things to happen, and honestly, I'm predicting that Grace Sterling, the original Ranger who's leading the little scientific think tank that made the new Green Ranger, I think she's about to die soon. I've got this crazy feeling that she's not going to make it through this little earthly invasion that's happening right now. So if you're a Ranger fan, this is definitely an awesome book, and I highly suggest it. I'm enjoying the new artist in this as well. It's a nice change of pace. And next up, Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 11 from Tom Taylor. Can't talk highly enough about this book. He really is crushing this. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but Superman is definitely mine. And keeping up with his son Jonathan is right there at the top of my list as a Superman fan. So he's been dealing with the dictator Bendix and his super-powered army that he's made. It's pretty much a remote army that he's been able to empower and send out to try to steal the limelight from Jonathan, and he's supposed to all be coming to a head in this issue. We just saw Jonathan crossover for 2 issues with Nightwing, which were phenomenal, and he's back in his own title trying to get rid of this this dilemma he's having. He's tried to attack him in the public spotlight. Now he's just coming head on at him. So I'm excited to see how he's going to handle this. We also had the big tease in that last issue that Jay Nakayama, who is Jonathan's romantic interest, hinted at him having a dark secret past that Batman is already aware of, that none of us, Jonathan, Lois, or us, the reader, are aware of. And I called it from the get-go. I said that this dude is coming off like a total bad guy, but it's almost like Batman's always prepared for everything. I don't know. But next up, one that I'm super pumped for, cannot wait, been excited for this one. This is from Daniel Warren Johnson, the master storyteller himself. And it sounds crazy on the surface, but that's how you know it's about to be good, because you take a crazy concept and you hand it to Daniel Warren Johnson, and he delivers something like Jurassic League number 1 of a 6-part limited series. Concept simple. You take the Justice League, you retcon them with dinosaurs, and you sprinkle in Darkseid and add Daniel Warren Johnson to guarantee that you're going to get something you never expected that's emotionally driven rock and roller coaster. And that's what we have right here. I'm calling it now. I bet by issue number 3, while I'm reading this, I don't even see the dinosaurs anymore. You just see straight through to the characters that he's writing. I'm so excited for this. I tell people all the time, I highly recommend going back and reading Murder Falcon that he wrote, from I think it was Image Comics. Also, go check out his Wonder Woman Dead Earth series he did for Black Label. He is a phenomenal writer. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to get to meet him this year at the Heroes Con in North Carolina. So that should be awesome. Next up, and if you watch my channel, I am not a coattail writer for Donny Cates, but Crossover, this second series, has been phenomenal. If there's anything that I would ever recommend Donny Cates to anybody, it would be this second arc. Having a chance to see these characters really kind of find themselves and to know what to expect from this book. He's really playing with it in a way that I've not seen in the comics ever before. And he's really self-aware. That's the part that's really great about it. And that last one had me actually excited. Like, I was ready to throw the book in the air at the end. I was pumped for the big confrontation that's coming. And here it is. Now, I am not sure how long the series is going to go. I don't know if it has a definite ending or not. But I know that this issue right here, based off the way that the story has led up to it, this is about to be a pinnacle issue for these characters and the confrontation that's about to go down. So if you've been reading this, drop me a comment. Let me know what you've been thinking of the second arc. Definitely stronger than the first arc. And speaking of strong, and Donny Cates, Banner of War Part 1 is here. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say about this. This Hulk run has just been an absolute nightmare. I enjoyed issue 6 a little bit, just kind of teasing some Hulk feeling concepts like dealing with alternate versions of yourself, or what if Banner gets mad and he becomes the Hulk? What if the Hulk gets mad enough he becomes this Titan character? When we've seen Hulk numerous times in ultimate forms, as far as like World War Hulk, the actual World Breaker Hulk we saw in number 25 of Immortal. But apparently the Starship Hulk thing is still going. He's back flying through space as a literal spaceship, and next thing you know, gets hit with Thor's hammer. And that's how issue 6 of Hulk ended, and leads us into this little crossover event, Banner of War Part 1, where Donny Cates, who is writing Thor, is doing a little crossover with Hulk, who he's also writing to celebrate 60 years of both of the characters. So I'm sure it'll just be an unnecessary, shallow fight fest, because that's how it's been going so far, which is unfortunate, completely unfortunate. I hope we don't have to get to 30-something issues of him on a title before there's any substance to that title. It's really a letdown right now. But what's not a letdown is Conan from Ablaze Comics, which they cannot call it Conan because of copyright purposes, but they can call it The Sumerian, Hour of the Dragon, issue number 3, after a ancient deity being risen by a conflicting army to take on Conan and his partners, and Conan getting enslaved. He's now free and he's coming for that head. So this is the final issue of this mini-series. Ablaze puts out a lot of these Robert E. Howard original short stories, just reformatted into comic book, and they are awesome. This is the only Conan that I would recommend anyone to pick up. It's Conan as he was intended to be read, uncensored, unedited, just straight up, balls to the wall. It's really fun. And then lastly on the Legion list, we have 7 Secrets, number 17. This is the second to last issue, which breaks my heart to hear. But looking at the cover here, we're finally getting back to it. There's Casper's dad. We just found out that Casper himself is one of the secrets. We just saw that crazy premonition come to be in that last issue, which I will not spoil it here. So wondering how it's moving forward, but just seeing this cover, we all know that death is not the end when it comes to this book, and not in a classic superhero way. We are dealing with so many forces and so many supernatural elements that there's just so much more to this universe. I'm excited for this series to wrap up, in the sense that it's still hitting hard, and I hope that they end it solid and maybe come back to it at a later date. But man, oh man, we have a definite number for right now, 18 issues. So if you have not read it, if you slept on this series, time to go back and get it. Time to get talking about it, get reading it, and see what can happen if a second volume can be down the pipe, or what's going to happen with it. But I'm definitely pumped for all of that. And if you're watching this, happy free comic book day. It is Saturday when I post this. So I am currently out with my curmudgeons, hitting the shops, having some fun, supporting the local shops as much as possible, and just enjoying the day with the family. And I hope you are able to do the same with your family, because that's what the day is meant for. And if you're wanting to know what my top pick for this week's new comic book day is going to be sure to head over to the Comic Vet, give him a subscribe, and be on the lookout. We've been off for the past couple of weeks, but we'll be getting back on schedule bringing you our top picks for each week, going in blind and letting you know why and why you should consider picking them up. And while we're talking about Free Comic Book Day and local comic shops, I cannot fail to mention the Augusta Book Exchange, the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. You'll find no better customer service anywhere. If you're ever in the Augusta area, hit them up, stop by, let them know that we are Legion, tell Paul and Donna hello, and leave me a comment down below, guys. Let me know what you're picking up this week, what you're excited about, what you're not excited about. I don't care. Let's just get some dialogue going and be on the lookout. Tomorrow night is At Week's End, the spoiler field look back at this week in comics and more. And since Doctor Strange, I would have watched Doctor Strange yesterday, Free Comic Book today, and then At Week's End tomorrow. That means tomorrow is the spoiler filled special edition for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. If you've seen it, come by, hang out. Let's spoil this. Let's talk about it. Let's dive into those details. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.